Hi, everybody. My name is Asjai Lou. I am a reality television casting director and producer. I basically develop and cast reality TV shows and commercials, but we hear about reality TV. So I'm so excited that you guys are watching this because this means that you are interested in auditioning for American Idol for season 22. Yeah, because we just turned 21 last year, so we tweaked 22. So we got years in. And yes, American Idol is still on. Okay. So I'm so excited to go over some tips that will help you have the best, audition possible. There are a lot of things that people could do that they don't do, and I am going to spill the tea on that with you. Um, and yeah, I'm super excited because, of course, American Idol's always looking for amazing voices, but we're also always looking for great personalities, people that have really great stories as well. So, we're open to a lot of possibilities. And one thing a lot of people don't know about American Idol, we are so open to you doing original music. So if you are an artist and you produce and make your own music, bring it to the table. We're going to get into that too. So we're just going to go right into it. The first thing that is super duper important when auditioning for American Idol, and actually you can take this information to any music competition show that you are auditioning for. So this is some serious, tea. That was supposed to be my tea cup, but I'm a little silly, as you will notice. Song choice, number one thing. Song choice is so important. Song choice could get you a no if you don't choose the right song, and it could be a little nerve-wracking. I'm not going to like um play it down. Song choice could be a little nerve-wracking, but you know what, you don't have anything to lose. Just go for it, okay? But if you follow the steps and the tips that I'm giving you now with choosing your song choice, you will do better than, I'm telling you, like 95 to 99.9% of people who audition. Song choice is super crucial. You know, American Idol is a pop show, right? It's a pop show that loves country music because we have a lot of country artists on there. We love all types of music, okay? But you do have to remember that this is a pop show, okay? So you want to be able to come to the table with what works for the show and find out how you can align what works for the show with who you are as an artist, right? So you have to find a thin line between both, okay? It's best to come in and do songs that are unexpected of you. So if we look at you and we see like, okay, this person might be a country artist, but you come in and you make a R&B song, a country song, the producers are going to go crazy. They're going to eat it up, okay? So choose songs that are unexpected, okay? If you're an R&B artist, find a country song, okay? Something that you can make your own, because honestly, we have already heard how the artists have done the songs, okay? We do not want to hear you do the same thing the artist did. We want you to bring a song that we would not expect you to do and make it your own. Show us your artistic creativity and like who you plan on being as an artist. Producers eat that up. That is a tip that a lot of people do not know, okay? You will be talked about all day long with, oh my God, did you hear how they just made such and such sound like such and such? We're going to be talking about it all day. So if you can do that, bring that to the table. Um, One thing I would say, because Zoom has been giving us a lot of issues this season, I would say avoid coming in and just doing a cappella. And also it's really tough now because since COVID, we have not traveled. Okay. So we are making decisions based on your Zoom audition. Okay. So that is super, like, you gotta come and like jump out the screen, okay, with personality and all that type of stuff. So you want to make sure you have music, okay? Now when it comes to figuring out your backing, right, if you are someone who can play an instrument, effortlessly and sing, and I'm not talking about chord, then I'm gonna sing some notes, then another chord, then I'm gonna sing some more notes. Not that. Okay, no, I'm talking about you can play John Legend, Alicia Keys, like how they effortlessly sing and play. If you are a musician and a singer, back yourself. Okay, that is so amazing. Okay, you want to bring that to the table. You want to showcase as many instruments as you can, um, which would typically be two. So definitely you want to bring that to the table. The other thing is, if you have a friend, a family member, a professor, someone that can back you, you can bring that to the table. But you want to make sure if you're going to bring someone into your audition that they have time to be there, and and that there's someone that's going to show up. Okay, so but we love it when you have someone from your family, a best friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a cousin, whatever, coming to back you, you know what I mean, and play a guitar or piano. We love that because we'll add that, kind of adds to your story, which we'll talk about later. And if you do not have someone that can play for you or you play, do not worry, because those are not necessary. Okay, but you do need to have some kind of backing music. Go to YouTube and find instrumentals. Okay, we are okay with hearing commercials, so don't freak out when you in your audition and a commercial may come on right before your song comes on. Don't let that deter you. We are used to it. Okay, but find instrumentals on YouTube. You want to come to the audition with music. Okay. The other thing we can talk about is, you're not coming in and doing the full song. It should only be 90 seconds, the most. Okay, 90 seconds. I'm going to tell you to prepare 3 songs, but you're most likely just going to get to 2, and depending on time, it may be 1. Okay, but you always want to have whatever your strongest song is to be the first one. Okay, 90 seconds only. Okay, which means verse, chorus, bridge. Verse, chorus, bridge. That's it. Don't do anything more. Don't do anything less. And it should grow into a moment. It shouldn't, just be super stagnant and the same. Like in this 90 seconds, we need to hear your full vocal range. We need to hear everything that you can do with your voice that would be amazing for the show. We need to hear it. Okay, so just know, choose the meat of the song where it's going to grow into a moment. And y'all already know, American Idol loves a long note. They love a belt. Bring it to the table because we want to see those things. Avoid choosing songs that are like super vibey, neo soul, Billie Eilish types, because that's not going to work in your favor. We want to hear full voice. We want to hear the star, the money shot, as some people would say, like that big belt, the big long note, the something. It needs to grow into some kind of moment that's going to move us, right? So just keep that in mind when you're choosing a song. Verse, chorus, bridge, if it has a bridge, 90 seconds only, and it should grow into a moment. Don't come and scare us and just start as soon as you come, because we're going to be like, ooh, oh my God, she scared me. He scared me. I mean, what is this? Don't do that. Grow into the moment. Okay. So that is super important. Choose songs that you could relate to, songs that that the words speak to you, because it's going to naturally help you with your performance, because performance is super duper important. So now, this is the blueprint I suggest you to work on when it comes to song choice. All right. This is how, like, for people that, I might find online that I really like, and we do our Zooms and we talk and we figure out what songs to do. This is what I tell them to do. I tell them to find 6 song options. Okay. 6 song options. 1 current pop ballad. Okay. 1 current pop up tempo. 1 ballad outside of your genre. 1 up tempo outside of your genre. 1 ballad in your genre. 1 up tempo in your genre. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to have you find a ballad and an up tempo in a current pop field, something outside of your genre of what you call yourself, and then something in your genre. You want to pop in a ballad in each, and record yourself singing these songs. Okay, sing them for your family and choose the top three. Now when you're choosing, you want to make sure of your three you definitely want to come in with a current pop song, because you don't want, one of the producers, which happens a lot, they say, oh, you got something pop or current. You don't want to sit there and be like, and then you start sweating and your voice start cracking because you start getting nervous. Go in there definitely with a current pop song, okay? If it's not your strongest one, just keep it in your back pocket. That's why these 6 options are super important. And again, you can use this for any music competition show. But of the 3, you need to have a ballad, you need to have an up tempo. Okay, the ballad should be something emotional where we can feel what you're going through. The up tempo needs to be something that you can move and dance to and show that you are not afraid to perform. Okay, the third song could be a bonus. It could be out of any of those categories. I usually say the bonus song, if you have an original music, do the original song. Okay, now going back to, you're definitely going to get to 2, maybe 3. Okay, so that you can have a good idea of how to organize your song. You obviously want to start with the strongest song. Okay, if your strongest song vocally is an original song, you can start with that. That is fine. Okay, but be true to yourself. Okay, listen to yourself, watch you perform. Start with your strongest song, because you don't know if time is of essence and you only got that one song. Always start with your strongest song. Okay, so again, if you start with a ballad, the next one should be an up tempo. Okay, and that's how it should go. Now let's say you get to the 2 songs, and you really the 2 covers, and you really want us to hear your original song. Don't be afraid to take control of your audition. Be nice about it, but you can say, oh my gosh, I have an original song that I would love to have you listen to, right? We're never going to tell you no. Okay, we're never going to tell you no. So if you're not afraid to step up and like be a little aggressive and try and get more time to do your original song, because it may not have been as strong as the other ones, but it's still an original song, because we love hearing original music. Try and push to get that one. Okay, if we're not super crazy behind or whatever, you will get that. We never really tell people no. Like, so if if you want to get to 3 songs, and only if it's an original, push for it. Okay, don't be afraid to take control of the audition and push for it. So just to recap, song choice, a good way for you to prep is to prep 6 songs, 1 current pop ballad, 1 current pop up tempo, 1 ballad outside of your genre, 1 up tempo outside of your genre, 1 ballad in your genre, 1 up tempo in your genre. Okay, now the in your genre category could totally be original music. Okay, and again, you're going to choose top 3 of those. Record yourself, listen to yourself, watch yourself, because you will be able to tell which one is the strongest. Okay, and again, every song choice, 90 seconds only. Verse, chorus, bridge. It needs to grow into a big moment. This is probably the most important thing, which is song choice. And again, choose, it would be ideal for you to choose something that you already know, so you don't have to learn a song and then worry about performance. It would be best to choose something that you know, that you're attached to, that you can relate to, that you can feel, because we can tell if you're just singing to sing or if you're actually feeling it. And obviously we want to feel it. We want to feel something. Okay. The other thing to keep in mind is, oh my God, my brain just went blank. The other thing to keep in mind is, oh, a good question a lot of people ask is current pop. What do you consider current pop? Don't go past 3 years. Okay, don't go past 3 years. Yes, it's fine to do a throwback because obviously a lot of our winners started off like Jennifer Hudson. She came in doing Aretha. One of my guys, Jay Copeland, he made it to top seven a season ago or 2 seasons ago. I can't remember. But he made it top seven. He auditioned with Stevie Wonder, and if you go back and watch him, he gave it his all. Okay, y'all, don't hold back, show us what you got. Okay, because we are choosing from this Zoom, so just go for it. Okay, so again, song choice, 90 seconds should grow into a big moment, verse, chorus, bridge. Okay, you want to make sure you get something pop up in there, whether or not it's a ballad or a up tempo, but have a current pop song. And make whatever songs that are covers that you are doing, make them your own. Okay, oh my, me personally, because I am an R&B fan, me personally, I love seeing an R&B singer or gospel singer do a country record, because country songs, the lyrics are usually just as emotional, sometimes more than R&B songs. Sorry about that. So I'm not saying you have to, but I'm telling you, you choose a genre that we're not going to expect from you and you make it your own. They love it. They love it. Okay. And just to recap about music, bring music to the table. Don't rely on singing a cappella. Find instrumentals on YouTube, have somebody accompany you, or you play and sing yourself. Okay. Super duper important. The next thing I would say is super important is your story. Okay. um a lot of people come on and they audition, and like me or another producer or someone would say, hey, tell us your name, your age, where you're located, and give us a little bit about yourself. They'll say, hi, my name is Asia, I'm 17 years old, and a little bit about myself. I just love singing. I've been singing since I was 2 years old, and it's all I've ever wanted to do. It's all I dream of, and this is what I've been called to do. Y'all, don't come in there saying that. We done heard that so many times. That is not your story. It is boring. We trying to figure out something about you. Dig a little deeper, okay? So I would suggest getting a notepad or piece of paper, whatever, and writing down like some of your experiences, in life, things that you feel other people have gone to that's relatable. Okay, things that could be great stories for television. Write them down. Okay, things that make you unique, write them down. Do you have any super cool hobbies? Maybe you're a surfer, maybe you're in a marching band. I mean, you being in an HBCU would definitely be something to mention a part of your story. If you are one of the, I think you call it the majorette girls, I don't know if that's the right name, cheerleaders, football players, basketball players, maybe you have a black belt in karate, maybe you're somebody who collects comic books, or you're somebody who collects albums, or you're somebody who collects I don't know, somebody collects bottle caps. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Bring it to the table, because our producer minds, like when you give us something to work with, our producer minds start working. Story can get you on the show, so bring the story. Okay, any hardships that you've gone through or currently going through, that you feel comfortable sharing, bring it to the table. I would avoid mentioning anything that's like abuse, right? You can mention it, but kind of tiptoe around it, because at the end of the day, it is a family show, and we do speak about abuse, but we tiptoe and we tread very lightly. But bring your stories to the table. You might have a parent that is, I don't know, in government, or a parent that has some strange odd job that nobody ever heard about. You might have a strange odd job. You might be a how do you call it? A barista at Starbucks. I think that's what you call them. You might be that, and you might sing to your customers. You might be a dog groomer. You might make jewelry. You might make nails. You might do eyelashes. Bring it. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Sorry. Bring it to the table. Write down what makes you unique. Y'all, I don't want to hear, oh, my life is so boring, I don't have anything fun. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Bring your story to the table. You might have grown up with like 7 brothers or sisters, or everybody sings in your family, or nobody supports your music career. You're the only person that is trying to do music, or someone who has been your biggest fan and your biggest cheerleader in your family might have passed, you know, and you're doing this for them, anything like that. Now, with the story, a little tip here: figure out how you can bring it, add something where you can bring it back to the show. Maybe you used to watch American Idol with your granny, years ago. And this is actually my personal story. I used to watch with my grandmother, and oh my gosh, she used to call everybody, make sure that we all voted for Fantasia. She's no longer with us anymore, but something like that would be a great story, where it's like, because it gives you your why, right? Why you're doing this. So it would be amazing if you can really figure out what your why is that is connected to the show. Why are you auditioning, right? Now, your story don't need to be longer than 1 minute 30 seconds, right? So after you write down what makes you unique, your experiences, your hobbies, quirky jobs, anything interesting that we should know about you, make bullet points. Choose maybe 3 or 4 of them, so that when we say, tell us a little bit about yourself, that means story, right? You always want to start your story off with your name, your age, location, and then your bullet points. If you are in an HBCU, definitely add that as one of your bullet points. Okay, so it should just be a boom, 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 boom. So you're like giving the producers ideas on what you can bring to the show via your story. So it should just be boom, 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 boom. We don't want to hear the beginning, the middle, the end, because we want to ideally get to the music, but we definitely want to hear your story, because like I said, story can get you on the show. Yes, Idol's about the voice, Idol's about the performance, but it's also about, sharing stories and of people from different diverse backgrounds, of cultures and all types of things. So bring it to the table. If you are a dancer, your up tempo should have a 5, 6, 7 count. Okay, show us that you're a dancer. If you're a cheerleader, show us that you're a cheerleader. Have a cheer. If you're somebody who wants to write jingles or something, write a jingle for American Idol. You know what I mean? If you have something super cool that you can bring to the table that would be super fun with the judges, bring it. Okay, maybe you went to a Lionel concert and you caught his towel or something, or you make nails and you make Katy Perry some crazy wild nails, or just anything that you can bring to the table that you would like to share or do with the judges. You can bring that to the table too, because then our producer minds would be like, can this work, can this not work? You know what I mean? Bring it all to the table. Okay, now everything should be honest and true. American Idol wants you to showcase who you really are. They do not have you masking anything. So be who you are. As long as you're open and ready to share your story, be who you are. Be 100% authentic. Okay, story super duper important. Let me make sure I covered everything. Let me see. Yeah, we want to know any fun facts, any quirky aspects of your life beyond musical talent. Share hobbies, intriguing occupations, encounters with celebrities. Again, anything that makes you relatable and unforgettable. Okay, that's it for the story. All right. So after story, I would say, and put, I really can't even say that one is better than the other, honestly. Like everything that I'm talking about, you got to figure out how to do it on the highest level for all of them. So it's not really in order. All of them are super important, to be honest with you. It goes hand in hand. Performance is what we're going to talk about next. As soon as you enter that Zoom room, you're going to see either you gonna see me, okay? You're gonna see me, you're gonna see other producers, which is about 7 of us, so all of us can be on there. Maybe only me and the casting director, or it might be 10 other producers, because we have story producers, talent producers, coordinate. It's so many people. I don't know how many people are going to be on this Zoom. It might be 10, it might be 3, it might be 2, okay? But let me tell you, as soon as you enter that room, be on, honey. Be on. Be on as soon as you enter the waiting room, because the people who are greeting you and helping you and stuff, they tell us what's going on. Okay? We all chatting. All of us. We all chatting. Be on, be nice, smile, be excited, be prepared. Don't be in there and your computer's this way and your phone is this way and don't do that. Okay? Be ready, be prepared, be excited, be happy. So your performance start as soon as you start on the Zoom, okay? Because we're watching you, all right? Now, don't let it affect you where if you're in the room and all of the faces are just nobody's showing no emotion, nobody's showing that they excited. Some of them might be like this. Some might be like that. And you don't see no face, okay? Don't let that discourage you and stop you from being like super big and excited and personality. Don't let this face, because the thing is, it's poker face. No one is going to show you that they love you or like you. They're not going to do that. They're just going to do that. Don't let that stop you from coming in and shining bright like a diamond, like Rihanna said. Okay? Don't let it stop you. All right? Be excited. Okay? So what happens when you come in the room, either me or someone else is going to say, hey, you know, if I see that you're from one of the schools that I reached out to, I'm definitely going to do my best to kind of, you know, just introduce you and be like, hey, what's up, such and such, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name, where you from, and give us a little bit about yourself. Remember, a little bit about yourself equals story. Okay, don't forget, those are the bullet points. You always want to start off with some excitement and a smile and just like, hey, oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. My name is such and such. I'm such and such years old. I'm located, blah, 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 blah. And go into the story bullet points, okay? Be excited. Be happy to be here. The ones that are just like, we're like, did somebody force you to be here? Like, you don't have to. We want people who want this. We want people who are ready to take their careers and everything to the next level. We'll get into that later. So be excited, be happy, and we're going to get into the performance aspect of this. So again, as soon as you sign on, your performance is started. Your personality should be shining bright, okay? But be who you are. Some people don't have the big crazy personalities. Like, don't let that stop you, because some people, like, there are people who are not like that. But do your best to show that you are here, okay, and wanting to be here, okay. So again, we're making choices off of Zoom, so your performance, we're making choices off of Zoom, so your performance needs to be on 10. Okay, think about this as your like 5 minutes of fame. Okay, you could do whatever you want to do. Okay, you could have a cool background, you could have like just don't, you can have a microphone as a prop, but don't turn on the microphone. It does not sound good on Zoom. All right, do not turn on the microphone. But you can do your own thing. Like, get creative, have fun with it, okay? But we want to see you perform. Make sure you know where the camera is, because that's where you should be looking, directly in the camera. Show us that you're not afraid to make contact, because some people, like, I was trained in musical theater and we were trained to look over and That's not going to work for this. This is not a musical theater show. We want artists who want to be recording artists. Okay. So the musical theater stare over the head and the, mm-mm, don't do that. Find who you are artistically. Okay. Not musical theater. This is not a musical theater show. No shade to musical theater kids, because I was a musical theater kid. I grew up in musical theater, but this is just not for that. Okay. So perform directly into the camera. Don't be afraid to get into it and move and dance and whatever. It may feel funny, okay? But so what? Go for it, all right? And honestly, yes, you're going to be nervous, but the nerves don't ever go away. You got to learn how to work through the nerves, okay? The nerves will just continue to increase. Everybody who's been on the show will tell you that, but you just got to figure out how to move through it, breathe through it, get through it, okay? And again, if you're when you're rehearsing, right, your songs, record yourself so you get into it with what it feels like just performing in front of like your computer or your phone or whatever. Like, get into it, all right? um as far as performance, idol is not just about vocals, it's about your performance, it's about your stage presence, it's about, can you command the stage? Do you have the confidence to be on the stage? Y'all, this stage is no joke. Okay, it's huge. It's a 12 plus piece band behind you. It's lights everywhere, it's cameras in your face, you have things in your ear with producers talking to you and telling you what camera to stare at and what. It's a lot. Okay. So this Zoom, we need to see the confidence. We need to see that you are ready to go, because honestly, when you get on the show, you are getting a crash course on what it is to be an entertainer. Okay. You get this is like the best crash course. Okay. So show us that you're confident. Show us that you believe in yourself. Okay. Show us that you are ready. Give us a show. Okay. You should be standing up. If you're not playing a piano, you should be standing up. Okay. Even if you're playing a guitar, be standing up. Don't sit down and sing. Give us a show. Act like it's a stage performance. Okay. um and again, if you're a dancer, bring it to the table. If you're a cheerleader, bring it to the table. um have fun with it. If you have friends that are like really great dancers, or the majorette girls or whatever, bring them to the table. Let them, maybe have your up tempo song might have dancers with you. Doesn't have to be that. I'm just letting you know you have the space to be creative. And so just be creative and go for it. Now, I feel like that's all for performance. Eye contact is important. Moving around, showing us that you can command the stage, that you're confident, that you are capable of performing. Okay, performance is another thing. All right, if you know how to flip, do a flip in the middle of something, kick your leg up high. I don't know, do something that's going to make you stand out, and we're not going to forget you. All right, so performance, super important. Promise we're almost done. The last thing I'm going to talk about is Zoom settings. Okay, Zoom settings is super duper duper important. Zoom has been giving us so many problems this season. Let me tell you, the best thing to do is to get an Apple computer and do your audition on an Apple computer. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I have some documents with how to set your Zoom audio settings that will go out in the email that you get this. Be sure to set this up, okay? Because otherwise, you're gonna come in there and we're not gonna be able to hear you, and it's gonna be a no, and it's all because you did not prepare your audio settings. We just don't have the time to sit and go through that with everybody. So have the settings set up right now. The thing is, we've been noticing when people sign into the room, into the audition, sometimes the Zoom settings that you set up prior to being in the room disappears, and it goes back to the original setting. So when you sign in, make sure you go into your audio settings and check and make sure that everything that you are supposed to have checked or unchecked is still the way it needs to be. Okay, this will save you so much. Now, yes, I am saying that the best audio settings is with the Apple computer. If you do not have that, yes, you can use your cell phone. Yes, you can use your PC. You can use whatever it is that you have. Just make sure that you check those audio settings prior. Go on a Zoom with somebody and sing full voice, because those of you that have really strong voices, sometimes the audio peaks. So you might have to figure out where you need to stand where it doesn't peak. If the producers can't hear you, the casting director can't hear you, the executive producers can't hear you correctly, it's going to be a no. So make sure you test your Zoom, the audio and all that. And again, audio documents will be in the email. Follow them. Now, as far as like your background space, right? You see, like I love art and color. So I have art and stuff like this. So this kind of, my background kind of tells you a little bit about me. I love color, Black Lives Matter. I got, Baldwin over here. Like these are me. These are things that make me up, right? Think about that for your background. Like, okay, you're a college student, maybe be in your dorm room, or you are at home. You might be at home auditioning. Like choose, I don't know, maybe you have some posters up, or like choose some kind of cool background that could represent you. Try your best to avoid just white plain backgrounds. But if that's all you got, then that's all you got. Okay, that don't mean to not audition, but it's a talking piece where you might come in and be in your home studio, and you have instruments. Oh, excuse me. You have instruments on your wall that you play. Like, find cool background settings. Okay, don't do the blue or green screen. Oh, Lord Jesus, what's up? Don't do the blue or green screen like actors. Find something visually cool, something that represent you. But if you just have a white wall, that look, you just got to work with what you have, right? But it will be nice to have some kind of background, something that can add to your story. Not necessarily anything that looks super duper professional and I'm in this place and it. No, that's not going to get you things that like would make us feel like we're like a little fly on the wall, watching you in your element and in your space, in your real space that you're with daily. They love that. They love being able to see like your space and what you do and all that good stuff. So the other thing that is super important is lighting. We want to see your face. You see how you can see my face? Like, lighting is important. Let's say you have a window with natural light. Natural light is probably the best lighting, but depending on what time you audition, you may not have all that natural light. But if you do have natural light, the window should be in front of you. So like behind your computer, behind your camera, so that the light can shine on you. Don't like do an audition sitting in front of a window, because it's just going to make you like a silhouette and your face is going to be dark. You want whatever light source you have to be shining in front of you so your face is lit. Ring lights work, just get creative. Just make sure that we can clearly see your face. The other thing that's important is we want to see like from the top of your head to your waist. Okay, that's what we should see. Okay, the top of your head to your waist. If you are playing like a piano or instrument, right, make sure that we can see your hands playing. Okay, but again, top of your head to the waist, we should see that much, because we want to see the interaction, we want to see the dancing, we want to see all of that stuff. And if you're playing, we want to see your hands play. So that's what the Zoom framing should be. It's easier to do it on the computer. Now, if you are using a phone, horizontal, okay, don't set it up this way. It should be set up this way. Make sure your phone screen is unlocked. Your screen rotation is unlocked. Okay, make sure that is, but it should be horizontal if you are using a phone. Let me make sure. Lighting, audio settings. Please make sure you have stable internet, Because if you come on an air and it's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no, because we don't really have time to help you figure out, like, make sure your internet connection is stable. All right. Sometimes there are our one of our producers are running behind, our casting directors running behind, our executive producer. Sometimes people are running behind or have last minute meetings. It's a lot that goes in to producing a show like this. So sometimes there are there's a waiting line, right? Most of the time we get through it, but sometimes there is a little bit of wait. Be patient, okay? Be patient. Everybody who's on will get seen, okay? So just be aware of that. Your wardrobe, dress like you about to hit the stage. We want to see the artist that you want to be. Don't come ready rolling straight out the bed, hair's all be ready. Wear that dress, wear that suit, like whatever it is that you see visually in your mind of the artist that you want to be, bring that to the table. We want to see that. And honestly, wardrobe, it could be a really cool way where you could be memorable. Okay, you might wear some dress that we just cannot get out of our mind, and it's super fun, and it had all these fringes, and you would turn around and I don't know, like, use hair, makeup, do something unique and fun, okay? Because that could also become a part of your story. Like, so look like the artist that you want to be, okay? Don't come ready rolling straight from gym or something. Nah. Okay, look like camera ready. You ready to go. All right, so I feel like I have gone through everything. Yes, I have gone through everything. I just want to point this out. Music competition shows, this is not I'm gonna become famous overnight. Like, this is not that. Think about this as a way for you to start to build your fan base, okay? Not only that, you're getting a crash course on what it's like to actually be a Beyonce, because you're gonna have hair, you're gonna have makeup, you're gonna have all these producers telling you what cameras to look in, you're gonna have things in your ear where people are talking to you, you're gonna have media, you're gonna have everything, right? Just like like it's so fast. Like, that part happens overnight. And if this is the career that you want to be an artist, this is the best way for you to learn the business, the best way for you to learn what is expected of you. You know what I mean? Taking care of your voice, because you're singing all day long, right? What are you doing to take care of your voice? You know what I mean? So this is literally a crash course on this industry. And it's a way for you to build your fan base. So take one day at a time. You do not have to win American Idol to win. Okay, you do not. Jennifer Hudson has showed you that. I mean, there are people who didn't even make top 10 who are mega stars now. So you do not have to win, but you do need a plan. Do not rely on everybody else to make your dreams come true, okay? This is a stepping stone. What is your plan after this? Make sure you ask the right questions, because the thing is that if you make the show, you have millions and millions of eyeballs globally looking at you. What are you going to do to capture them? What are you going to do to make them your fans? Okay. So just think about what your plan is, like, and that's like for any music competition show, for any reality television show that you do. You want to go in with a plan. How am I going to capture these eyeballs? What am I going to do? Am I going to sell something? Am I going to have a record ready to go? Have a plan. So I feel like I can answer. Not answer. I feel like I talked about everything that's important. Song choice, again, 90 seconds, verse, chorus, bridge, grow into big moment, story. Things that are outside of music. We want to learn about you and who you are and what stories you have that might be great for the show and relatable and compelling for the show. Performance. Give us a show, honey. This is a show. This is your time to shine. Like this is not something where it's like you gotta stand this way and do that. No, you can do whatever you want. Bring that to the table. Have fun. Be creative. And again, the zoom settings is super important. Top of your head to your waist is what we want to see. Be as close as you possibly can within that and within that frame. Lighting should be in front of you. Should Your face should be glowing. Okay, we should be able to see your face. And the audio settings, make sure you download those audio settings documents that I am sending out to everybody. And you know what? Have fun. Just have fun. And honestly, just to let you guys know, if you do not make the show this year, it's not a no for forever. This is not the type of show where if this is your first time auditioning, you just make it. Not everybody does. There are people who do make it, but a lot of people we watch through the years, we get to know, and then when they're ready, they're ready. So it's really on you. So if you get a no, it's not a no for forever. It's just a no for this season. They may not feel like you're ready enough or confident enough, or they may feel like you need to do some more vocal training. Do not allow it to deter you from anything, okay? It's just a no for this season particular. Does not mean that you aren't great and that you can't become the artist that you want to be. It could be so many different things, but the only way you can find out and get opportunities is if you put yourself out there, and you don't have anything to lose. It don't cost nothing. Just go out there and show what you got. Didn't Jay-Z say that? Or Pharrell, show me what you got. That's what this is about. So it's been a pleasure. I hope you got through this whole video. I know I was, but let me tell you, these are jewels, y'all. Jewels not only for American Idol, but for other shows like The Voice, or I don't know what other music shows there are, but these things are super crucial. Hope you took notes. Since you got the video, you can rewind, okay? And follow me on Instagram. That's my Instagram. Say hi. DM me and be like, I watched your video. And I'll be like, oh, did you? All right. So that's my Instagram. All right. That's it. I'm Asia. Hope to see you in the near future. And I'm always looking for interns. So DM me. I'm always looking for people who are interested in casting. So DM me, DM me, DM me. Have fun. Stay blessed. And best of luck to you. Keep those fingers crossed. Bye.